Hello and welcome to HMG Spotlight. I'm here with Teresa Sanzottera. She's the VP of IT at Barry-Wehmiller. Teresa, welcome to the Spotlight and congratulations on being our top pick for the VP of IT.
Thank you, Hunter. Good to talk to you.
You know, it's an amazing time. You're going through an incredible efforts to drive a major transformation and data project at Barry-Wehmiller. Talk to us about the transformation that you are leading.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to share some of our story. So Barry-Wehmiller grew by acquisition over the years, over 120 acquisitions, and we really didn't integrate those businesses. So we are now going through an effort to aggregate data to support a growing shared service function and get better, consistent analytics across the enterprise. And really move from the reflective metrics that we've had previously to more predictive and prescriptive analytics. We haven't quite gotten to the cognitive side of things, Hunter, but we've got some promising areas that we're focusing on. And as I said, our initial efforts are around supporting the functions that have grown into what will be finance, our people department, our HR, and IT itself, supply chain, and commercial excellence.
Teresa, leadership matters, and we're studying visionary leadership at HMG Strategy. Talk to us about your leadership style and how do you influence the business and build your IT culture?
Yeah, so everything that we do starts with the business need, and what drives us is we're the technology folks who understand how the technology works and the promise of the technology. But the business is really our partner to help us drive the things that matter and align the investments that we make to the business strategy overall. So I can't do what I do without great solid partnership to the business. So that requires a great deal of collaboration, a great deal of credibility, and a small amount of patience along the way.
You know, when you think of innovative technologies and an innovation cycle that's truly very steep here, what are you most excited about relative to technology and the future potential?
Yeah, so just like every company, we have our challenges around staffing. And I think it's just a tight labor market. And as we look at automation and the promise of where technology can take us, we know that if we do a great job at the data foundation and we do a great job at picking the right set of technologies, we're going to be positioned best for maturing those technologies and putting in place automation that will help us supplement our staffing models and really turn the processing over to machines that it will do best while partnered with its human partner.
When you think of challenges that you might have, what are the biggest challenges that you have now and how are you overcoming them?
Yeah, probably some of the biggest challenges we have is understanding the data landscape. It's complex. I think we have over 53 ERPs globally, and that means a lot of different business rules, a lot of different data standards in each of those systems, and really getting to harmonized an enterprise data estate that is driving off of the business's requirements, but will also provide us a really great foundation for that further automation.
Great stuff, Teresa. You know, when you think about the C-suite and working with the line of business, how do you characterize your style and what's working for you now?
Yeah, so I'm relatively new to Barry-Wehmiller, and I started here about a year ago, and I come from a lot of manufacturing background, so I start from a good place of understanding manufacturing in the business itself, and I find that particularly sitting at the table for C-suite individuals, it's about being a business leader first and a technology leader second. I have to know the technology, of course, to help lead the business in my functional space, but I'm really thinking like a business leader and how we drive the business forward and accomplish the business business's goals overall, and all the work that we do has to be aligned to those outcomes.
Great stuff. And building an enterprise roadmap is key when you think about current state and future state. What's working for you now, and what's your plan relative to consolidation of the data or the ERP systems?
Yeah, great question. So we embarked on a number of workshops across the enterprise, and did some customer listening with each of the functional areas, and with membership across the functions and across geographies. What they didn't have any trouble telling us was they did a lot of destination thinking. So we asked them, okay, what do you want to do in the next 1 to 2 years? And what do we need to enable in the next 3 to 4 years? They did a great job at being able to articulate where they want to take the business. But it was a little bit of a struggle for them to figure out, well, how are we going to get there, right? So the piece that we do well as technology professionals is we help in building those roadmaps. We are going to be changing out all of our source systems. So not only will we build out this data estate, but we will also change out the foundation as we go. So it'll be a challenging environment, how we deliver what the business needs while it's all changing underneath, defining standards and getting those implemented, I think is going to be a challenge for all of us. But I found great promise in those conversations because the business is ready for making the change that we need to make in order to be successful.
You know, Teresa, building a team, a high-performing team is key in any organization. Any secrets to your success?
Yeah, find the right people and remove the barriers to their success. Those are two really simple things to say and really complicated things to do. And particularly in this environment that we find ourselves collectively as I'll say fight for resources because we're competing every day to be the employer of choice. We think that we have a great value proposition at Barry-Wehmiller because of our culture. So I'm hopeful about being able to pull the right technologists to the table to help me out on the journey, and then really investing in the team here and their development so that they can take some of those roles that we're creating within the organization for the first time.
Excellent insights. And what are you doing to build your leadership bench, your next generation leaders? What are you doing to build them up and build their careers?
Yeah, so we think that everybody inside of the IT organization needs to improve their consulting skills. Many of us came up through corporate IT environments, and so we didn't come out of consulting and into the organization. So some of those things that are important, being able to understand the business, being able to understand the technology, being able to have the conversations and doing the partnership with the business, being able to, the cloud environment has changed how we operate and maybe some of the competencies that we've had to have along the way. So we've had to evolve those skill sets as well because they're no longer people working through on-prem, but now have to think about what are all the controls now that I've gone to the cloud. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. It's really easy to spin these things up, but managing and measuring and monitoring those things is still primary for all of us.
Hey, Teresa, great job. Congratulations on being a 2023 HMG Global Leadership Institute VP of IT of the Year.
Thank you so much, Hunter. It's my pleasure. It's always great to work with HMG and you.